Mr. Seth, may I request to unmute your audio and video and proceed with your question once again, please?
हेलो हेलो।
Yes, sir, go ahead. You're audible.
मैं सर सब रिजोल्यूशन में पूरा सपोर्ट और हार्दिक शुभेच्छा देता हूं और मेरे सेक्रेटरी टीम का भी अच्छा काम है। बस बोलने का मौका दिया, धन्यवाद सर। थैंक यू सर।
Thank you very
थैंक यू।
much. We move on to our next speaker shareholder, Mr. Samrat Sarkar. Kindly unmute your audio and video and proceed with your question, please.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. I have the following two questions. Sir, how do you perceive our revenues to grow annually in the next few years? What would be our sustainable operating margins for our business in the long term? And so my final question would be, if we see the enterprise commercial solution segment, revenues in particularly from Europe in FY25, it has reduced from 605 crores to 555 crores. So why is the revenues from the Europe market on a decline? Are the enterprise commercial solutions and the enterprise medical solutions revenues, they evenly spread year on year, or do they vary significantly and have a lumpiness on a campaign to campaign? That's it from my side, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We move on to our next speaker shareholder, Ravi Naredi. Please go ahead. Ravi Kumar Naredi, please go ahead. Unmute your audio and video and proceed with your question, please. Sir, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Manish ji, Gupta ji, Sanjay ji, and all my directors of the company and shareholders of the company. Sir, are there any strategic acquisition or partnership planned in the near future to support our global expansion? Second, during the financial year 25 earning call, management noted 6% revenue headwind due to challenges with two of our top 5 enterprise customers, which one having stabilized. What specific actions are being taken to regain momentum with customer still underperforming? When do you expect these accounts to return to normalized growth level? Question number 3, recently acquired MJL Communication. What specific capabilities and market segment MJL brings that were missing in Indegene existing offering? What picture you want to show us in next 12 to 24 months, and what growth picture you can show us in next 12 to 24 months in Indegene as whole? Last, how is Corten platform expected to contribute and margin in our company? This is my questions. And you are doing very good job, very different company you are managing. I wish all the success in time to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Sir.
We'll move to our next speaker shareholder, Ashok Kumar. Please go ahead. Kindly unmute the prompt. Join as a panelist.
Sorry.
Ashok Kumar, please unmute your audio and video and proceed with your question, please. Go ahead, sir.
हेलो, आवाज आ रही है सर?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Chairman sir, Board of Directors, and my co-fellow shareholders attending this AGM on VC portal, sir. Sir, I Ashok Kumar Jain attending the meeting from Delhi. Sir, excellent speech by our Chairman sir. And sir, what is the future roadmap plan 240 years? सर, आपने अपनी चेयरमैन स्पीच में कंपनी के वर्तमान के बारे में बहुत एक्सप्लेनली बताया है। बाकी आगे का क्या प्लान है, थोड़ा उसके बारे में जानकारी दीजिए, क्योंकि हमारा शेयर प्राइस जो आईपीओ प्राइस था 452, एट प्रेजेंट हमारा 570 575 अराउंड पर था। जैसे कि प्रीवियस एक शेयर होल्डर बताया कि हमारा हाईएस्ट 726 तक गया है, तो क्या इन्वेस्टर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आ रहा कंपनी में, या कंपनी की कुछ ग्रोथ में कमी आ रही है, जो कि इन्वेस्टर्स एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि कंपनी अच्छी ग्रो करनी चाहिए? तो क्या कारण है हमारा शेयर प्राइस अभी बहुत लो लेवल पे चल रहा है सर? बाकी तो सर एक तो सीरियल नंबर बता देना चाहिए था कि हमारा सीरियल नंबर कौन सा है। पहले भी मेरा नाम अनाउंस हुआ था, आप ये कह रहे हैं, जबकि मैंने ज्वाइन कर रखा था, फिर दोबारा सिस्टम बंद करके दोबारा ज्वाइन किया, तब अभी नाम मेरा अनाउंस हुआ है। बाकी सेक्रेटरी डिपार्टमेंट में धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगा कि अच्छा कोरस कॉल मॉडरेटर से अच्छा लिंक कराया, कि जिससे कंपनी बहुत अच्छे प्रकार से हम ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं सर इजीली। बाकी सभी रेजोल्यूशन का सपोर्ट करता हूं सर। थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
Thank you very much. Our last speaker shareholder is Neha Jain, registered, however, has not connected. That'll be all. I'll now hand it back to the management.
Okay. Thank you so much for all these really important questions. So let me start answering some of them one by one. I'm going to club some of the answers also, because there are some common themes. So let's start with new lines, products. In the first question, I think Manjeet Singh ji had also asked about R&D, right? So as a company, for now, I would say almost 15 years, we have been investing in what we call R&D. And of course, in our context, R&D means technology primarily, technology that incorporates the subject matter expertise. We have been, for the last few years, many years, been spending around 2% of our revenues on R&D. This is, of course, expensed out every year. We don't capitalize anything. If I go back 10, 15 years back, this number could have been much higher because you're a smaller company. And nevertheless, we always believed in having strong technology platforms, tools, accelerators that differentiate us in the marketplace and help us solve big problems. So that's something we've been doing. Now, if you think about this year, what all we did, we spoke about Cortex, right? This is a very differentiated, verticalized modular GenAI platform built for the life science industry. This enables domain experts to codify knowledge using a natural language interface, eliminating reliance on engineering teams, because one of the differentiations we bring to the table as Indegene is the subject matter expertise, right? And hence separating out the subject matter expertise and engineering expertise enables us to scale the technology much faster. We deployed AI in Envisage, a platform which we have for hybrid omnichannel sales and marketing. So that's another leap we make. We've spoken earlier also about our adverse event management platform called Next Adverse Event Management. That is being used to, AI is being used to advance and identify adverse events in various places, communication logs, emails of our clients with physicians and patients. So that's another thing which was done. I spoke about, alluded to Content Super App. which is a unified platform for creation, production, localization, and personalization of commercial content, accelerating speed to market while ensuring compliance. MLR automation is another thing I spoke about, medical writing platform. So this is on the technology part, right? These are platforms which we invested in building. And that kind of sits in the 2% stuff we spoke about. But then our business units by themselves have been investing and building new capabilities. And I would say that we made reasonable progress on that. Between enterprise, commercial, and omnichannel activation through a very strong collaboration, we've been able to build new solutions which we are taking to the market, running pilots, and we are very hopeful of them scaling in the next couple of years, right? And those are going to create very different unlocks for us. Similarly, on the medical side, right, we have created solutions that include Gen AI based digital workforces at platforms, technology platforms on medical writing, and of course our subject matter experts. These are very, very specialized solutions. I can go on and on this part, but those are some of the things we have done through just this year, right? And there are many more plans for the coming years. We have more than 100 people just on R&D, right, which are dedicated, right? These are very high-end people in between India, US, and a couple of them in various European markets also. We have spent somewhere in the order of $5 to $6 million in some of these things this year. So that's one. Now, there was a question on competitor landscape. And I think Mr. Gagan Kumar had asked that question. So from a competitive landscape, we operate, as I had mentioned earlier, we operate in a fairly unique and complex industry. So there are multiple, what I like to call them, incumbents in this industry. There have been very specialized healthcare agencies focused on healthcare and life sciences, right? So that's a set of competition or incumbents we come against. On the commercial side, we come against CROs, clinical research organizations on the medical side. There are many of them which are very, very large. We come across what we call contract sales organizations in the United States and Europe, and we compete with them in some cases. Far and few, we also end up competing with some horizontal technology companies, right? Those are very less, and most of them, I would say, are global technology companies that have built some capabilities in this area. So that's the broad set of competition. We are able to differentiate ourselves, stand out, because we bring, as I said, domain expertise, subject matter expertise, along with technology expertise. And these technology expertise are just not some 100, 200, 300 people thrown at the problem, but solutions, tools, platforms, which we have built for the last 15, 17, 20 years. And they've got improvised as we have engaged with our clients in their transformation journey, and enable us to deliver very, very differentiated outcomes. That's how we were able to stand our ground and win against these competitors. There's one question about 3 years value creation roadmap. Now, as far as value creation roadmap is concerned, the way we look at the world is, I mentioned earlier, we operate in a very large market segment. In context of that market segment, we are still small, a very small company, but we are also a very differentiated company. We offer what the market today wants, right? If you read anything and hear anything on Gen AI, everybody is talking about subject matter expertise. The power is being shifted towards to subject matter experts, and that's what Indegene does so well, right? That on one hand we have the technology expertise, and of course the power shifting to domain experts. We have to create solutions which are relevant much faster. We'll continue to invest in that. Given the size of the market, given the opportunity, we believe we should be much larger than what we are today. Today we have 1 million clients, plus clients, 10 million clients, $25 million clients. we are hoping and gunning for that we will be talking about 100 million clients, 50 million clients, $25 million clients, 1 million clients being much larger than what they are. So that's going to be our trajectory for growth with our client base. We will continue to invest in our clients. We will continue to invest in our solutions. The areas we operate in, the TAM for them itself is very large without getting into any new areas. The way we think about the next 3-5 years, right, and our planning typically vision is on, we do a rolling 5-7 year thing, that we will get much larger in commercial. We will be known for sales and marketing commercial, new age of doing things in that space. A very significant presence in medical. Some of the technology stuff which we have got into, we'll strengthen that and established our presence in the clinical trial space. So that's how we see our next 3-5 year roadmap. All this will be underpinned by a very strong Gen AI capability and set of tools and platforms. So that's one. Let me also talk about some of the geopolitical and some of the impact of these very uncertain times and policies we keep hearing about. Now, our belief, which is emanating from discussions with experts, in fact, I've come from the United States this morning and have spoken to many people over the last few weeks over there, is that the tariff should not have impact on our industry. We finally focus on the innovation-driven pharma industry. A lot of them have already announced that they will be having production capabilities in the United States, and they're not too worried about the impact of tariffs. Right? So that's one piece. Things like visa and all this stuff is not a big issue for us because we do a lot of local hiring in all the geographies we operate in, right? Vis-a-vis other IT companies or where the model might be slightly different. Our model has been of having many local people with required expertise in the market. So that's not again a big issue. The thing which we are keeping a close eye on is drug pricing. I've already spoken about that in my earlier earnings calls, that we as a company believe that drug pricing will be secularly under pressure in this industry for a long period of time. However, we don't believe there's anything drastic which can be done in this industry. Hence, the possibility of big disruptions are less. Now, of course, given the overall macro environment, uncertainties, right? Some people might be slow, they might be thinking about stuff. Those are the broad things that might impact, but we don't see any major structural issue right now. Before I go on to this, Suhas, there was a question on corporate governance also. You want to speak about that a bit?
Sure. Thanks, Manish. And yeah, so just to provide a quick update on the corporate governance practices. Of course, we have a very eminent board with eminent independent directors participating and providing us guidance through the year. Apart from that, we have adapted some of the best practices around corporate governance and sustainability. We've been adopting and disclosing practices on our BRSR on a voluntary basis, and we have also taken a step forward on getting this audited, certified, and will be also sharing that on a voluntary basis with our stakeholders. And finally, we have also made progress on our risk management framework at an enterprise level, and recently constituted the risk management committee to also further strengthen those practices in addition to compliance and regulatory requirements that is mandated. So those are some of the activities. In terms of recognition, the EcoVadis, which also covers governance, we made significant progress. Our rating has increased from 53 to a silver medal with a score of 72, which we are very proud of. and those will continue in the future as well to keep improving and evolving these practices.
You also want to touch on the capex thing? There's a question to us. Finish that, then I can.
Sure. So, I think Ms. Bharti Saraf asked about the capex plans and outlay for the company. Just to lay a bit of context, given that we are a digital solutions provider, and we do not operate factories and plants for our operations. It is offices and equipment such as laptops, mobiles, and iPads and the like. Our capex outlays tend to be quite low in relative terms to some of the manufacturing or such setup. Our capex outlay has been typically under or in the vicinity of about 1% of our revenue. In the current, in the year 25-26 fiscal year, we would likely be in the range of about 30 to 35 crores, which is again in the vicinity of about 1% of our revenues, largely spread equally between office equipment and office furniture and leasehold improvements, with just about 5 crores on things beyond these. So that's a quick outlay of the capex plan.
Thank you, Suhas. Now I'll jump to a question on women empowerment, female participation. I think Santosh Kumar ji had asked this question. Let me take another question he had asked earlier, which is on production capacities. So we are a solutions services company, so we are not operating in manufacturing at all. So to that extent, we will have no plans, and we don't have any plans to get into that. We will continue to be a services and solutions company. So we will have offices and locations across the world, but not planned. So that's one. The second on women empowerment and participation. As Indegene, we have always been a meritocratic and equal opportunity employer. Today, if you look at it, 45% of our workforce consists of women colleagues. For a very long period of time, I think it's been 8 consecutive years now, we have been recognized as a top 100 companies for women to work. Our women leaders also have recognized all got individual recognitions for their exceptional contributions in various forums, including great managers and things like that. Now, we, from our perspective, run various programs. We have a very popular program in the company called Athena, where we get different women leaders from different companies, different industries, interacting with our teams, helping them think through, share their experiences, tips, right, and in their career journeys. That's something which we do. We also have had special health programs focused on women. Actually, it's a broader health program for all employees, but there are separate sections for each one of them. We hired around 1,000 people across the globe, with 45% women employees in 2024-25. This trend has been pretty much consistent over the last 15 years because of the nature of the business, and as I said, because we are a meritocratic organization. 15% of our workforce progresses and takes on new roles every year. Of this overall, the trend has been 45 promotions have been for women, and that was true this year as well. As I had mentioned earlier, that our ratio is 45% women, and beyond that, I think in general the culture, the way we operate, we believe is fairly conducive for our women colleagues. So those are the kind of things which we do, and I believe has held us in good stead all these years. What are the other ones? So let's talk about acquisitions. Mr. Ravi Kumar had asked about strategic acquisitions. Yes, we have a strong pipeline of acquisitions. All of you are aware we are sitting on decent amount of cash. And while we have started the dividend thing, we believe a company like ours in the space we operate in can use strategic acquisitions to strengthen our position in the marketplace. And that's how we think about acquisitions. We think about acquisitions about what does it do to a customer. When we get in for a customer, how do we look like? How does a solution get enhanced, right? What story are we telling to our customers? What capabilities are we building? We have a very strong pipeline, and we are hopeful that we'll consummate some transactions this year. Having said that, we are also a very disciplined acquirer, right? We will do an acquisition if it fits into one of our strategic goals. We have a clear game plan of how we'll integrate that. What will we do with that? Is it coming at the right price? Right, those are things which enabled us to create value from acquisitions. But today we have a strong pipeline. We had acquired MJL. MJL is a company which has very specialized marketing, advertising capabilities in life sciences, focused primarily on Europe, more so in UK. The reason we acquired this company is that we are seeing an opportunity to take a lot of the upstream medical and creative processes in sales and marketing and drive centralization around that. For that, we need to have global capabilities. We always had very strong US capabilities, and we are accelerating our global footprint in this through some of these tuck-in small acquisitions, but with very specialized capabilities in the geographies we are operating in. That's what MJL brought to the table for us. I've already spoken about Cortex. That was a question earlier. I'll just take one more question on the 6% revenue headwind, which somebody spoke about. As we have addressed in many of our earnings calls, that we had two customers where we had pressures. One of them was a company going through its own problems, which we had issues. The second one was the company is not having so much problems, but they changed their operating model, which resulted in a hit for us. Right? We believe the second one, where there were internal operating model issues that has been resolved, the companies realize it, and we'll start making progress. The second company, which is having its own issues, there are probably still some headwinds, not too much, not the way we experienced earlier, but a little bit of headwinds might remain. But nevertheless, we are on top of that. What are we doing to address those? Some things, of course, as the company is going through its own issues, we can't do much about that. But as a company, what we are trying to do right now is strengthen our account management, focus on all our large accounts, the kind of talent which is in front. We created a layer of customer experience managers working with them. We've invested that through the year. We have also decided that we have also started diversifying our client base, which you can see from the number of active clients growing from 63 to 73, and our number of $1 million customers growing from 35 to 41, right? Those ups and downs, if they happen, if we'll try to expand our customer base to deal with some of those broader once in a while issues, that headwinds might that happen with customers. So that's broadly what we are trying to do. Suhas, you want to add on anything onto this?
Manish, I think you have already covered.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. What are the other companies? You already spoke about ESG rating. We spoke about the female participation. Plan for capex. We spoke about
The dollar fluctuation.
Yeah, so dollar fluctuation. But we have been very, very clear from very early on that we will focus on our business, right? We are not the people who are the experts on dollar. So to that extent, we hedge our position, and I'll let you talk about.
So as Manish already highlighted, we believe that our business is managing our customer expectations and operations, and therefore from a forex management perspective, we have a very conservative hedging policy wherein we cover a significant portion of our dollar exposure on a net basis, looking 12 months ahead. through plain vanilla forward covers or range covers, which provide a absolute protection from a downside perspective. So as of 31st March of 2025, we had close to $120 million of our US dollar exposure covered through these instruments, which would be in the range of 90 to 95% of our net dollar exposure over the next 12 months. And the hedge rate is north of 86 rupees to a dollar. Which provides us, we believe, protection from any wild fluctuations, especially on the downside. We have very limited exposure on other currencies because 80% of our revenues are in US dollars. And finally, the next currency, euro, is also covered approximately 70%. With about, again, forward covers in the range of 20 to 25 million euros. So, Forex fluctuation is managed through a very conservative hedging policy on a 12-month forward basis.
Enterprise commercial solutions and revenue, especially EU revenue. I spoke about this earlier, that two of our clients had headwinds. One of them was in Europe, and all the revenue headwinds over there was in enterprise commercial solutions. So that's the reason you see enterprise commercials being under pressure, and your revenue being under pressure from that perspective. Now, we believe that if I take a medium term, both these segments, enterprise commercial and enterprise medical, have enough headroom to grow. We also believe that we have a good set of capabilities, a very compelling value proposition, very strong differentiators, and we'll win and grow in these segments, and our business will be much larger than what it is in the next few years, irrespective of the headwinds we had in these two customers last year. Share price, that's the last. We are making sure that we are doing all the strategically the right things. We are doing investing in the right set of capabilities, in the right set of talent. We are growing our revenues, doing the right thing with our customers, with our employees, and that is coming out, right? In not only us, but all the surveys point towards that. We manage the company profitability strongly. Cash flows are strong, right? We focus on acquisitions. Those are the things as a management we continue to focus on. Actually, I can go on the kind of things we focus on. Corporate governance. As I'm saying things, new things are emerging in my head. Those are things which we control. Capital allocation, we've been very strong on those. Markets have their own ups and downs, right? And as a company and a management team, we try to not be focused on that. Having said that, if I see what makes me very comfortable and proud, if I see the shareholder base after being public, we see that long-term institutional investors who have the character, who are very marquee, have the character of being long-term. Those are the companies that are taking interest and continue to take stake in the company, right? And that's something which we feel very happy about. As a company, while we have to deliver quarter-on-quarter numbers, we have to deliver on year-on-year growth, we understand that, but we have always built the company for the long term, and we will continue to build the company for the long term. To that extent, having partners who take a similar view is very heartening, and that's what seems to be happening, right? If you see our shareholder base, and we are very happy about that. With that, I think we have answered most of the questions. If I have inadvertently missed any questions, please excuse us. There was also some inconvenience. I think Mr. Ashok Kumar had faced some inconvenience due to some technical issues. We apologize for the same. It was a problem with our audio system. For any query you might mail to our IR team, we will get back to you. With that, thank you so much for raising all these important questions. I hope we have answered everything on behalf of the board and behalf of the management. I will now authorize Ms. Shrishti Kaushik, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer, to conduct the voting procedure and conclude the meetings. Shareholders may note that the e-voting on the NDSDL platform will continue to be available for the next 30 minutes. Shrishti, you want to take it?
Thank you, Manish. With your consent, we would now like to end this meeting. As the chairman mentioned, the e-voting facility will be kept open for 30 minutes after the end of this meeting. We request the shareholders who have not yet cast their votes to go through the e-voting process and finish their voting. Before we conclude the meeting, we would also like to express our earnest gratitude to all our customers, business partners, business associates, vendor partners, bankers, for their continued support and association with the company. We also wish to thank government and the statutory authorities. We particularly wish to thank and place on record our gratitude to all our shareholders for their faith in the management and in the company and their continued affiliation with Indegene. We would like to express our thanks to Madhvesh K, Secretarial Auditor, the compliance wing of Ernst & Young, who provides us certain softwares, for their services to the company to ensure our good compliance. We want to place on record our deep sense of appreciation for the committed services of all our employees and partners of the company. We would like to acknowledge the absolute guidance and unwavering support of our independent directors. The consistent growth of this company was made possible by their hard work, solidarity, cooperation, and support. We would like to place on record our heartfelt gratitude to BSR & Co. LLP, who've been our statutory auditors for the past decade. Special thanks to Mr. Siddharth Sharma, who spearheaded the engagement for 7 years, and Mr. Vikash Gupta, who played a crucial role for the last 3 years, especially during our listing process. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.